It's easy to say that Chris D'Elia's situation is maybe statistically not the regular one. Normally, when these things go viral, normally these things are true and they are relevant. So perhaps we maybe don't need to fixate on that situation. But the thing is, people, when they realized that they were wrong, they began moving the goalposts from he was trying to pursue girls who were underage to many, many different things. And one of the things they talked about was, well, the age difference. He was in his 30s anyway, and she was a younger woman. Why would he even be pursuing a much younger woman? And my response is, why not? When did that become illegal? When did that become a problem? I'm not quite sure what that argument is, because this is something that's been happening for a long time. I was always dating people who were much older than me. I don't have an issue with age, and I never felt like I was manipulated into those relationships either. So why are we acting like people dating older people or people dating younger people is a problem? Or because we just don't want to admit that we were wrong in doing what we did with Chris. We just need to accept that and understand that maybe we need to change going forward, as opposed to trying to move the goalposts to make it seem like it's still justified that we were willing to cancel Chris for something that he actually didn't do.
Shut up. Don't nobody want to hear that right.
But then the goalpost is moved from the age gap to, well, he's famous and she's not. And it's wrong for famous people to date fans. And again, when did that become a law or a rule?
Hey, who said that? Who said that? Who said that? Who has been saying that? Who said that? Who said that?
Or, like, who decided that? Like, who decided that you can't date somebody? Because let me tell you, give me Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth, give me his little brother as well, give me Shamar Moore, give me so many men in Hollywood. Like, there are so many men. If I met them in a bar and they wanted to go out with me, power dynamic.
I don't understand. I don't understand, bitch. I don't understand. I don't understand, bitch.
All of these things are just excuses to not accept any responsibility for the collateral damage that a lot of us are really creating in our wake in trying to empower alleged victims of rape and sexual assault or predatory behavior. Because this man's reputation is ruined and nobody really wants to take responsibility for that. Nobody wants to say sorry. So we try to move the goalposts to different things, from his age to he's famous. And, you know, she's young and impressionable and we shouldn't date people who are much younger than us. But where do we draw the line and say that a person is an adult? Because there are some places where the age of consent is 16. There are other places where the age of consent is 18. In America, you could vote and get married at 18, but you can't drink until you're 21. When are we going to say that somebody is an adult? At what point is a young girl going to become a woman, or a young boy is going to become a man? Because we keep moving the goalposts. Some experts say the brain isn't fully developed until 25. Should nobody date anybody until they're 25? Should maybe that be the new rule? Like, at what point does it stop? At what point do we say that a person is making their own choices and they should be okay? At the end of the day, it's not a bad thing for us to use our voices and to support victims of rape and sexual assault or predatory behavior. It's really important that we do that. But I also think that we need to not be too quick to be judge, jury, and executioner. Because when we do that, we end up damaging people, and it's not right for people to just be damaged and have their reputations and their jobs lost and, you know, money lost and all of these different things just because we want to defend somebody. It's nice to be a superhero. I'm sure we all love to help people when we can, but I think we need to learn to maybe take a step back and assess situations in a more holistic way, because going forward, we cannot continue to live the way we're living. I know too many cases of people saying that they feel as if they don't know how to interact with women anymore. I've had friends tell me, straight male friends, ask me like, should I do this thing because I don't want to be too awkward, I don't want to be too forward, is this too gross? Like, and it's good that they're asking. I think that it's great. That means the Me Too movement and these things are really affecting change. And I'm so glad that they are actually asking these questions. There is power in that. I think that we need to be proud of that. But I also feel like we need to figure out what the next move is going to be, because we have to engage in multiple conversations at the same time to ensure that everybody is not going to feel like they're being hunted down, because there are a lot of men right now who feel like this is a witch hunt, and perhaps for some of us that makes us feel great. It makes us feel like the power has now been given back to us. You know, we don't have to be in fear of men anymore. Men have to be in fear of us.
Something about this doesn't sit right in my spirit.
So, you know, as I said, I'm not necessarily going to be believing victims going forward. I think going forward, I will listen. I will always provide support. I will take what people say for what it is, but I also will not be engaging in saying that this person is cancelled and this person is over before I have all of the information. You know, there's a reason why in the past we've had investigative journalists looking into big stories, because journalists could get that detail. They could tell us everything we need to know before they break a story. That's why real journalists aren't just gonna say something without any real information. They can't just break any old story, because they need to know that this is a story that is solid and that they're not gonna get in any trouble for. And I think that before we engage in that dialogue of canceling people and holding people accountable and doing all of these different things, I think we need to ensure that these people have actually done the things that they have been accused of, because we cannot have bad faith actors coming into this space, coming into Me Too, coming into this really important situation and just co-opting it and really cheapening it. It saddens me how these stories cheapen the actual movement, and it just circles back to we don't believe victims anymore. Really, with enough of these things happening, people are eventually going to stop believing victims again, and you'll be right back to where we were. Is that something that we want? I don't think so. I don't think that's what we want. So if we want to have a better world, we need to do better. And maybe we need to retire the idea of believe victims, and we need to adopt the idea of listen to and support victims. That's where I'm at. And I mean, hopefully you'll join me there. I was actually going to make a very different video. It was going to be about RuPaul's Drag Race and the new HBO Max TV show Legendary, but I wanted to talk about this topic instead because I had been thinking about it since it happened, once the new information came out, and I really just wanted to get into it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, or if you didn't, but you watched till the end, please leave a heart emoji at the bottom in the comment section. Please like, share, subscribe, whatever you want to do. I'm grateful that you made it to the end, and I hope you have a really wonderful day, night, whatever, and thank you for watching.